Hello, everyone. Welcome to the pre-show of the Codex podcast. As usual, I'm your host, Sonny Kruger. Joining me today are my co-hosts, Tim the Terrible and Sal the Slab
Let
Guy.
me
Oh,
get you moved around there,
Oh,
gentlemen.
jeez.
shit. Yeah.
I
Gotta,
get motion sickness when you move me too fast.
gotta have you in your proper chairs.
You
All
know I
right.
like to be on bottom. Come on.
Ooh, hello.
Is it gonna be that
What?
kind of show tonight?
What? I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Oh,
We
yeah.
I like
do.
to be in the middle.
Oh, it's a good thing I got my grippy glove on today.
I know. The grippy
Always.
glove is always good.
You better believe it.
It's for
You got
her
it on-
pleasure.
You got it on the other hand. And you got it on the other hand today, Tim.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, I was using this a lot, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, gotta write those show notes. Wait, I write the show notes. Well, you gotta write something, you know.
That's right. It's good to see you guys. I've been on the podcast in, a couple weeks?
Yeah, it's been a little bit.
Yeah, last time was Days of Future Past.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. That is
Yeah.
right.
Didn't
Got a
that
good story for you guys tonight. Hopefully you liked it.
we've
Uh-oh.
got some talking to
Be an
do.
inter-
Uh-oh.
Give me an interesting one, Sal. I'm excited to review it. You know, I think it'd be like last time was X-Men, Days of Future Past, and we were all with
Yeah.
those tense
We're all
things.
yep.
I think today's gonna be a very interesting conversation. So.
I tried to pick a story that's, really far out there, you might say. It's not really well known.
Well, it was that.
Yeah.
And I love the Trans Am.
Uh-oh.
Love it. Yep. I
Save
love
it. Save it for the review.
I will.
All right.
Yeah, so today, everyone, we will be reviewing Drive Like Hell.
Drive like hell.
Oh, look who's in the
Gentlemen,
chat.
What's up, Booge?
Hey, Bougie.
Come on, don't call Sal a deviant. Sal
well,
is only
that's
here
right.
once a month.
Bougie,
Good
Bougie,
man.
You're going to like tonight's review, man. This made me think of you when I was reading it, and you can thank Sal for picking it up. So,
Yes.
Drive Like Hell, number
Drive
1
Like
through
Hell.
4.
Yep. I got all 4 issues up there.
Yep, I'm putting them up right now. Number 2, number 3,
Yep.
and number 4.
Yep.
Yeah.
So today, Drive Like Hell. Oh, like in the show notes, I messed up and I was like, Ride
Ride-
Like Hell. I'm glad, Sal, you jumped on me quickly. You're like, nope, it's
Drive Like Hell.
It's what I like. I like if
That's
I make
right.
a mistake, correct me, my friend.
That's
And
right.
you did.
I did
and
it
then-
politely.
Yeah, all good. It's what I'd like. I don't.
Sonny, you
I-
son of a bitch. It's Drive, not Ride.
Well, I would have been more angry if I saw it in the show, and then on the show it shows up, Ride
Right.
Like Hell. I'd say, why didn't you correct me?
Wow.
But yeah, so we've got a lot. We've got the F list
Mm-hmm.
today. Yeah, so get ready for your televisions.
Ooh.
When Televillain joins the F list.
Hello, villain.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
That's right.
Yeah, I'd appreciate it. Definitely interested in y'all's thoughts. Absolutely, dude. You're going to love this one.
Yeah.
We've got a great show ahead. In Random Panel of the Week, they'll basically let anyone work at McDonald's these days. And you'll see why when you see our Random Panel of the Week. Today, Sal is the man. He didn't just choose what we're reviewing. He has the 5 statements.
Of course I do.
And the Variant Insanity is Sal's thing. So this week,
That's
he
right.
didn't give me the info on what it is. So I'm just like everybody else, and I'm guessing.
Mhm.
That's what I like. Yeah.
I was able to decipher what it was, so I can't guess.
I shouldn't have put the cover up.
Well, I didn't see, so I will guess what it is.
All right.
And
All
yeah,
right.
of course, there's a lot of comic book news today.
Yes.
Well, over the past week, yes, trailers, announcements, and a lot of stuff, big plans
Yeah,
for the
lots of good
future
stuff.
in 2026. Even we're going all the way back, all the way further into 2027 and 2028. So a lot of plans.
Yeah.
One of my 5 questions revolves around trailers.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Hey, take a look who's in chat. Mr. Richard, good to see you, sir.
Hey,
Hey,
Richard, what's happening, buddy?
Do what Richard says, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to hit that like button so the algorithm knows we're
yeah.
super cool.
And here's my dog joining me for the evening. Hello,
Uh-oh.
Penny.
glad to have Penny join us.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, so
Yes.
should be an
Click that
interesting
like,
day.
share, and subscribe. Do it now, as
Do it.
Dan would say.
Good thing that reminds me, because I was just going to pull it out and pretend like I'm showing you how to hit the button. That reminds me to lower the volume on my phone so we don't hear some 80s hair metal throughout the episode.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
right
that's
on.
Right on. Very good.
Oh, Sony has that typical Vandenberg ringtone everybody else has.
Is that what your ringtone is, Vandenberg?
Yeah.
Sal,
Once
what's
in a
yours?
lifetime.
I just have it on vibrate because I like the vibration.
Well, fine. I just put mine on vibrate too.
Oh my god. Mine is Derezzed by Daft Punk from the
Nice.
Tron Legacy soundtrack.
Nice.
Nice.
It's
I like
been
that.
that since the movie came out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, they're making another one, aren't they?
Yes, with
What's it called?
well, it's Tron something.
Yeah, I forgot what it is.
And it's got Jamie's favorite actor in it, Jared
Oh
Leto.
yeah, Leto.
Jared Leto.
Right.
As soon as you said Jamie's favorite, I'm like Jared Leto.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Whatever. I'll see it. I don't care. I'll,
I am too. I love Tron.
I do.
Yeah. I am a user.
You are.
He's such
You're
a
more of a
user.
pub user, but yeah.
I wonder what my program would be inside the digital world.
I digress. You're
Do you know when is it supposed to come out? The new one? Or
I
Oh,
have no idea.
No, it's still in like
It's
stuff?
in production, right?
I want to say either pre-production or script, type of thing.
Let me take a look.
Let's hope it comes out before Blade and Spawn.
It will, because I don't think it's going to happen. Blade's ever going to happen.
Tron Ares is what it's
Ares,
called.
that's right.
Yeah. And it is scheduled to release October 10th of 2025.
Okay.
What?
Yep.
That's
11 months
soon?
away.
Yep.
Only 11
I
months
wasn't thinking that. I thought we had like another couple of years on that one.
Nope.
Interesting.
So they're
So,
working on
you have 11 months to watch 2 movies.
it.
I'll do it tomorrow.
There
Yeah, there you go. I'll do it tomorrow.
There you
I'll
go.
do it tomorrow.
Wait, speaking of tomorrow, something else is tomorrow too in the
Oh,
evening.
yes.
What is tomorrow?
Tomorrow's
Comic-
Thursday.
Tomorrow is comic character of the week, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm.
We're going to be going over Silver Surfer, and that is this man's pick right here.
There's
Awesome pick, Tim.
there's
I
a
hope you have-
reason. Oh, go ahead, Sal.
No, I was going to say, I hope you have your badass moments ready, because I do.
I do. There's a reason why I picked this character. He
Okay.
is not my favorite character, but he was my my buddy Paul's favorite character, and he passed away in July.
Oh,
so this
man.
is
This is for him.
for him.
Let's
yeah.
dedicate that show to him tomorrow, then.
I am 100% down for that.
All right, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just finished up reading my stories. I got that. I had some stories, reread them, thought they were great, and then you guys sent me all your information. I'm like, oh wow, I picked the same ones. Let's see some other ones. So
Oh.
I read through some other ones and rechanged my stories. So
One of Ricky's favorite characters.
oh,
that's-
Richard, you gotta tune in then. Gotta tune in, Richard.
Yeah.
Richard always tunes in. He's always he's always with us.
It's not a
Richard-
live show unless
We
Richard
should
is in
we
it.
should
Yeah.
have a chair with his name on it, like right over here. Richard, here's your spot. You know?
Richard, I'm right with you too. The Naked Silver Man is one of my favorites.
Wow.
Hello. Yeah, if Richard and Bougie aren't in chat, then we can't get started.
That's true.
Simple
That
as
is so true.
Always
I
appreciate
I hope
appreciate everybody.
I hope you like the intro graphic I made for it.
I haven't watched it yet. I'm going to wait till tomorrow.
Okay, wait until tomorrow. I haven't even posted up all the stuff yet. I'm gonna do that later tonight.
Nice.
But you know what? Last week with Adam Strange, Jamie skipped over and didn't play the Adam Strange
Oh.
intro.
Aw.
Wow.
It was a good one. I loved it. You had the fire coming out of the jetpack and everything. I thought
Yeah.
that was
Play it
really
now.
cool.
Play it now.
I don't think
I
you
can't. I
have
took it down. I took it
Yeah.
down.
Oh,
I would have to re-upload it. That's all right.
Soon we'll have to somewhere along the line, maybe an After Dark or something. Just put on the hey,
There you
here's
go.
what we didn't get to see on Comic Character of the Week. Boom.
Yeah.
Just for the hell
Wouldn't
of
that be an awesome comic character of the week show where I just go through all the intros?
it. Ladies and gentlemen, for the next 2 hours, we are going to go through every introduction ever made for comic characters.
I'll have to see because the most of the timing on those is 30 seconds. A little bit less if I cut out the actual Codex intro
Yeah.
part. I don't know. I would have to see what the timing is. And that
I
see if
would
can
love
merge
to
those
see
all
a
together.
montage.
Maybe a special video too. You know, like
All right.
Like go from the start of the
Yeah.
very first intro
Right.
that was ever made for comic
Right.
character of the week up to current.
Right.
That would be amazing.
Speaking of videos, I did an unboxing video today. I also just finished editing it about 3 hours ago, but I have not posted it yet. So it'll be up on my channel.
Nice.
Sal's Comic Corner on YouTube. Check that out. Should I release it tomorrow night or Friday night? I probably should release it Friday night.
Friday.
I'm going to release it Friday.
Yeah, Friday sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Something to look forward to.
Yes, indeed. Got some good books to show off. You saw one of them, ladies and gentlemen. Or actually, were we live? No. We were not live.
Saw one of them.
These two guys got a sample preview of one book I got.
That's right. Well, Sonny, Sal, you guys ready to drive like hell?
Yes.
Let's do it.
I'm ready.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, stick around. We will be back in 45 seconds. Wait, Bougie says, you all spice up my Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights.
Happy to do so.
Bougie.
The pleasure's all on this side of the table here, Bougie.
Don't make us blush. All right, we'll be back in 45 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Until then, enjoy these groovy bass tones.
Groovy bass tones.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Code X podcast. As usual, I am your host, Sonny Kruger. I'm joined by my co-hosts, Tim the Terrible and Sal the Slab Guy.
Coming to you live from the Slabatorium.
There you go.
That's right, Sal. Put that tag on that toe, and let's get ready for the show. Today, we will be reviewing Drive Like Hell. And as usual, we have the usual schedule. We'll be having the F list. Someone is coming out of your television to get you. His name is Televillain. That's Drive Like Hell. All right. And then we're having the random panel of the week. Earlier, I was saying they'll let basically anybody work at McDonald's, and you'll see why. Leave that in the comments.
Joe.
Hey,
What's
Joe.
up, Joe?
Greetings.
Greetings and salutations,
Yeah.
Joe.
Today's a lot with Sal. So Sal picked out Drive Like Hell for us to review. He's got the 5 statements, and he will be letting us know the variant insanity, which comic has the most comic book variants this week. But as usual, we will start off with the comic book news, and there is quite a lot of it. So I'll get us started with the rundown.
The rundown.
Everyone, we got a special look at Thunderbolts, which is set to come out on May 2nd. We also got to see a new trailer for Captain America: Brave New World. In case you need a reminder, that comes out on Valentine's Day of next year.
Take your sweetheart.
Oh, yeah.
I got a funny story for that. But go ahead.
No problem. What if Season 3 has a new trailer that came out? That's set to come out on December 22nd. And then another movie that's a TV show, but a movie that's set to come out is Black Panther 3. And it just got a huge name attached to it. And that is the one and only Denzel Washington.
Awesome. Yes, indeed. That should be amazing.
3. And also, the character of Ruthy Marye Knoll has been cast and she'll be played by Eve Ridley. Speaking of casting, there's talk that John Malkovich is going to play Ivan Kragoff, Red Ghost, in the Fantastic Four movie.
Yep.
And also, Kevin Feige let out a lot of plans for the MCU in the upcoming movies, and Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, and after Secret Wars, saying that the X-Men will be part of the MCU. That's a long time away. So before we jump on to 2027 and 2028, let's get on to some things, some more recent things. Sal, what was going on with that funny story about February 14th?
So I watched the trailer. It said February 14th, and I said, ran to my wife. I said, "Oh, honey, I got the perfect date night movie for us on Valentine's Day. You're gonna love it." And she's like, "What is it?" Just like that. "What is it?" I said, "It's the new Captain America movie that's coming out." And she's like, who's in it? And I said, well, Anthony Mackie's in it. Harrison Ford is in it. And she's like, Harrison Ford's too old for me. And I said,
He gets
okay.
to be
And
red
then I
and
said,
shirtless.
and now
in
she doesn't
CGI.
know. She doesn't know this. I said, well, Chris Hemsworth is, Hemsworth is in it as well. She's like, okay, we're going. And
Oh,
I said,
wow.
all right.
He's not in it though.
No, he's not.
Chris Hemsworth, he's gonna come. He's anytime now.
Oh
Maybe
my
it's in
god.
the after credits.
Yeah, real Marvel fans stay till the end.
That's right. That is so
That's
true.
gonna be pretty awesome if he does appear and you're like, I told you.
Yeah,
Oh
see?
my god.
There you go.
Real quick, Sal.
Yes.
Your hat is staring at me. The white one.
The Disney hat?
Is that a
Disney
Disney
hat.
hat?
Yeah. It's a Disney hat. Was it
Who-
Disney a couple of years ago? 2
Who
years
is
ago?
that?
Last year?
Joe says he took his first girlfriend to The
It
Crow
says-
in
okay.
theaters back in the 90s. It was a wise choice. Oh,
Indeed.
100%.
Sal, real quick.
Yes, sir.
How it said, how you showed that it's the Mickey Mouse. From where I was looking, it looked like it was two big black eyes and red lips. I was like, what is that? I was interested.
Wow.
And then now I see it's a normal hat. So
It is. The
It's a
green hat's
nice one.
my Kilkenny drinking team hat. It even has a bottle opener on it.
Of course
the
it
hat.
does.
So
Yep,
got this when I was
sure.
in Ireland, and of course it has a bottle
Wow.
opener attached to it.
And it
Richard's
would
got
be
a,
from Ireland, right? Yeah.
Richard's got a good point. Just give Star Wars to Feige too, him or Filoni or Favreau. Give it to Favreau. Favreau's got it under
Yeah,
control.
Favreau. I thought his name was Favreau, wasn't it?
Whatever his name is.
Whatever
Happy
his name
Hogan
is.
has it locked in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes,
Swingers.
indeed.
Swingers is one of my favorite indie movies. Still one of my favorite comedies. Oh yeah,
Which-
he was in some other more recent movies, right? Of
It-
course I know Happy. I'm happy to watch the movies that Happy is in.
Absolutely. But yeah, the Captain America trailer, I am 100% down for that. That
That's
made it look really, really good. And Dan, when we were talking about this, came up with a really good point that it made it look like the Manchurian Candidate.
yeah.
I
did.
got a lot of vibes from that spy thriller type stuff.
Mhm.
Jamie even said that it's given off a Winter Soldier vibe, and we all agreed that that's a good thing because Anthony Mackie needs this to be a good movie, and with everything that I've seen, it looks incredibly fantastic.
If it's not, they should fire him.
Yeah. Just let him go. Sorry, buddy, you're out. But no, I'm excited for this. I think this is going to be a fantastic movie. I think Sam Wilson is going to be great as Captain
Mhm.
America going forward. He already is in the comic books,
Right.
and he shares the stage with Steve Rogers. But in the MCU, Steve is gone. So, dude, I'm way excited for this.
So am I. I very much enjoyed the trailer. I love the Red Hulk CGI of the Red Hulk looked pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one reporter in it. She was like, "There's one now."
They turn red now. When did that?
And I believe that Giancarlo Esposito, I'm pretty sure that's G.W. Bridge.
No, it's
No, it's not George Washington Bridge.
No, he is playing somebody from the
Serpent-
Serpent Society.
Yeah, the Serpent Society.
Yeah,
I don't know
can't
if I'm going to
remember
go
the
see
name.
it now. I don't know if I'm going to see it now.
It
I'll
would
see
have
one
been
of
great
those-
if he was GW Bridge.
I guess I'll see one of those cheap romantic comedies.
There you go.
He's not meant for you. He's a jerk. A super nice guy. I wonder if they're going to end up together at the end.
Probably holding hands.
I'm holding hands. Let me see if I can see. I'm pulling up the Serpent Society right now. I want to see if I can see who he's going to be.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Chat, if you know, go ahead and throw that out there, guys. I'm going to look it up on Wikipedia.
So Sidewinder's a leader of Serpent Society, and let's see. Yep, he's going to be playing Sidewinder then.
Hey, perfect. Even better.
Cool.
That's what according to Google.
All right.
According to Google.
You know
All right.
I'm on Google, but does
No,
everybody
you're
else know? I am. I guarantee. Type in Sonny Kruger,
Yeah.
and I will show up.
All right,
Oh,
Also type in the Codex Station, and the Codex Station will show up too.
that's correct. In fact, if you go to any social media, just type in @the Codex Station, and you'll find us anywhere.
There you go.
If you want to check out the marvelous site that our IT guy Gary built, go over to thecodexstation.com. Check it out. You can meet the team there, buy some merch, see all our bios. What's more to like?
Look at you throwing out the promos.
Yeah, trying to.
Good job, man. And like you said, again, Uncle Gary always nailing it with all the technical stuff he deals with, man.
He does.
He nails it every time.
Mr. IT himself.
How about that Thunderbolts trailer?
Oh,
yeah.
Let's get on to that. Let's get
a little
on
bit
to
of
that.
a sneak preview with Winter Soldier following and being all cool, shooting up all those trucks, and then gets more to the trailer. I think it looks really good. I'm more excited actually about Thunderbolts than I am about Captain America. If I had to choose, I'm excited for both, but I think Thunderbolts is going to be a fun one.
I think so too. Red Guardian. I'm very excited for that. Not only because he's looking great in the movie, but that is a character I can actually cosplay as.
There you go. And now we have been joined by our other dog tonight.
No.
There we go.
I got one by my feet.
We're pet friendly here. We like having dogs. We like having cats. Yeah. If a bear walked through my door, I'd have the big old bear sitting right here.
That's right.
Sonny, do we need to ask if you would choose a bear or a man?
I am a man. I swear I am.
But yeah, Thunderbolts looks good. I'm excited for that. That looks like it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong, Sentry's going to be in this as well, correct?
Yes, Bob.
Bob. Okay. I'll be interested to see how that pans out.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Gotta give a little bit of time. Maybe after an hour and a half, then he'll show who he is.
Little Sentry out.
Yeah. Last half hour of the movie.
Yeah. And I like Joe's comment. Joe, I'm glad that the Codex Station gets to be here.
Yeah.
To take you away from your long day and entertain everybody. Yeah.
That's what we're here for, Joe. That's what we're here for.
Relax and let's do this.
Yeah.
Jim, I see that Brie Larson behind you. Don't get too excited about doing stuff.
Honey, it's okay. He's not directly talking about you, and be all right.
Yes, he is.
Hey, I saw Brie Larson all the way back in the United States of Terra.
This is Captain Marvel, sir. I'll have you show some proper respect.
You are right. Or if I just call him Miss Danvers.
That'll work too. Joe says got to have the Void as well. Yeah, that's very possible, man. I don't know. I know I've got a feeling that this won't be the last time that we see the Sentry in Thunderbolts. You know what I mean?
Right.
Me too. Yeah. But with me, it's more than a feeling.
Oh, hey.
Ooh, hello. All right.
I know music that's way before my time.
Wow. Did your mom make cassette tapes of all the hits of the 70s too?
More the 80s.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
You want to know what else I liked about the Thunderbolts trailer? No, I'm sorry. No, about the Captain America trailer with Red Hulk. You can see him like when he's grabbing the ground, how it's like burning the ground as he's, clenching up his fists. I like that. Like little details like that I love.
I didn't notice that.
Yes.
Nice, good little catch. You see, there are people like us. We catch every little thing. That's it. There will always be someone who will catch it. Yes.
I'm gonna go back and watch that now.
Yeah.
Dan says Sentry will show up and wreck them, then join the team, and they'll become the Dark Avengers.
Maybe so.
Possibly.
Dan's been on for a lot of the story plots and stuff like that. So, if you're willing to bet, he's a good horse to back.
There you go. Yeah. Now, what about What If?
Oh, that's right. Season 3, December 22nd.
Yeah.
December 22nd. That's when that drops.
Yeah. The Last Watch.
Yeah. Oscar Isaac is coming back as Moon Knight for an episode.
Nice.
And we saw Storm as Thor, basically.
The hammer,
right? From Uncanny X-Men. What annual is it? Number 9?
Yes, I want to say
right?
9. I want to say 9.
Yeah, I'm checking right now. It is number 9. That is exactly correct. This one, ladies and gentlemen, let me bring it up so you guys can see that right there.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah. So that's going to go up in price.
Oh, yeah. Get it, everybody, before more people see the trailer. Yeah,
that's
excited. I'm excited about that. Howard the Duck, we saw.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Hard pass.
Going back to Thunderbolts, Joe says it would be amazing if they do the story of everyone having to forget him. That would be great if they put that in there. And he also says that he's hyped for FF.
Nice.
Yeah, I am too.
I'm still hyped for FF as well.
Yeah, you know it's called Fantastic Four. Well, right now the working title is Fantastic Four: The First Steps.
Yeah.
I don't know about the first steps though. I think just Fantastic Four
Yeah.
or something different. Yeah, I'd say take out the first steps. But yeah, I'm excited for it. And yeah, so I think John Malkovich, great actor. He'll bring, I think he'll be great as Red Ghost. Red Ghost is a character I see on a lot of those F list. Well, not F list. We have the F list, but when I look up lists and it's like bad character, sometimes I'll see characters and like, no, like he's on that list. I think after John Malkovich plays him, I don't think anybody's going to put him on any of those lists anymore. The Calendar Man was on those lists, but I read Long Halloween, so I'm like, no, that's my introduction to Calendar Man. But yeah, John Malkovich, he plays a lot of great villains. So.
Yeah. Dan says he has very low expectations for Fantastic Four. I don't. I've got high expectations. I think it's good. Joe says he's weirded out by Pedro Pascal as Reed. Joe, I think that Pedro's going to do a really good job with the work that he did on The Last of Us. That showed incredible range. I know Reed is kind of a dry character, but I think that he's going to do absolutely fantastic with that. And on top of that, it's It's a multiverse stuff too. So
Yep.
Yeah. I can understand why someone wouldn't get excited for Fantastic Four because
movie history tells us, Dan. Yeah, absolutely, Bougie, that FF movies are not that good.
Yeah, but I have hope. I want to believe. I want it to be good. So
now, if you want to see a good Fantastic Four movie, go watch the bootleg one on YouTube. You will not be disappointed.
Do it,
Tim. I found that the Blu-ray and the DVD of that. It was C2E2, and you saw what I said. Did you know, Tim? In the video, if you see my on the spot at C2E2 2024, I said no.
No, you need to go back in time and tell yourself to buy that and not be disappointed. Yes, Joe, 100%. The Roger Corman Fantastic Four movie is the best Fantastic Four movie thus far.
You are not a
Nope. Richard says here, I bet they will do the same thing with the Spider-Man movie with Home being in the title with FF. Dan says, wait a minute. Dan says, make sure you're drunk when you watch it. And Joe says they do have a documentary about it. I haven't seen the documentary yet, but
I want to watch it.
I have seen that documentary.
Yeah?
Yep.
How was it?
Pretty spot on to why and the how of things that went on. So good.
I love all the love that the Corman Fantastic Four is getting right now. You guys are fantastic.
Boosh, I'm gonna use that line in my next stand-up meeting at work. Like, oh, it's a good slice of cheese. I'm gonna use that.
Oh, so wonderful, so fantastic. Hey-o.
So yeah, I am gonna have to check it out. Like I said, it's on YouTube, right, Tim?
Oh yeah, I'll send you the link right now, Sonny.
Jeez.
Nice.
You go ahead and keep talking. I'll get the business done.
So I see Joe says Spider-Man Noir with Nicolas Cage TV show next year. Yeah, that should be interesting as well. Yeah, a couple weeks ago we had some of the images.
Yeah.
There's some images out there.
Jabushi.
He says he was pretty burned.
Holy cow.
But yeah, there was also the casting of Ruthy Marye Knoll. And the actress that's set to play her is Eve Ridley. I'm not too familiar with the character of Ruthy. But
what show or movie is that for?
The Supergirl movie, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So the casting for that is solid. It's good. If you haven't read Woman of Tomorrow, go read that.
Check out the review, too.
Precious. Yeah, exactly. Precious and I did a review of that, and it got rave reviews from both of us. If you haven't read it, read it. You will not be disappointed. It is absolutely fantastic. It is super.
All right. Hey, Thanksgiving's coming up later, so all the sales,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that is true.
Yeah, but I'm not too familiar with Eve Ridley. She looks very young. I'm not too sure what else she's been in.
Well, let me look it up.
Really familiar with the actress?
Not offhand.
Let me see what I can find on IMDb.
Yeah. But Sonny, I'm sending you the link to that right now.
Okay, I'll put it on right now.
Oh, hey,
Oh.
Marvel might have an issue with that, but oh well.
Oh yeah, okay. She was in the Three Body Problem on Netflix.
I haven't seen that.
That's an interesting show.
Hmm.
That's an interesting show. Let's see what else she's done.
Richard
Not
says,
much.
"Give the fans what they want." A Power Girl movie with Sydney Sweeney. Yes, 100%.
I'll make you a deal. I'll make you a deal. Disney, if DC hires me to do something, I'll work on it. I'll be like,
Oh my
here's who we
god.
should have play Power Girl.
Mhm.
Oh my god, that's wonderful.
So Eve Ripley has not been in a lot of stuff. She is young.
Yeah.
A couple of cartoons. Three Body Problem is probably the biggest show. There's another movie called Casualty.
Yeah.
So
I like
and then
how they're
was-
filling out the cast for this. It's turning
Yeah.
out really good.
So we'll see.
Mhm.
I remember seeing her in Three Body Problem. She was very good in that. So
Yeah, I haven't seen
definitely
it
look
yet.
forward to it.
All right. And another thing a lot of people are looking forward to is Denzel Washington in Black Panther 3. You know, before there was not too long ago, there was talk, is he going to be in Doctor Strange 3? I mean, it still could happen, but
Yeah.
Black Panther 3 seems like it will really happen with Denzel. And, you know, there was a time that Chadwick Boseman even said there wouldn't be Black Panther without Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Chadwick Boseman, when he was coming up as an actor, he was set to go to a special school summertime for actors who were showing a lot of promise, but obviously cost a lot of money. And Denzel Washington paid for everybody to go to class. So
Wow.
that is how Chadwick Boseman got to go.
Now I know that Denzel Washington has said that his acting career is coming to a close, and he doesn't know how many more movies he's going to do, but Black Panther 3 is one of the ones he will do.
Yeah, I like that. And I like that he even said, you know, towards the end of his career, he said he wants to try different things and do different things.
Yeah.
You know, I'm glad because, you know, we're seeing a lot of I'm not too sure who he's playing. Though.
Yeah,
They
it
just
hasn't been
cast.
said yet.
But, you know, we've seen a lot of actors from like last week, Tom Hanks. And there's always they're actors, directors putting down the superhero movies because it's beating out their movies at the box office.
Yeah.
That's smart on Denzel Washington's part to say, hey, I'm going to act in the movie. You know? And
Denzel has to not only say my man, but he also has to say King Kong ain't got nothing on me.
Yes, maybe we'll see it. Hopefully.
Here's hoping.
Well, hey, you know. Yeah, maybe he'll fight some of those gorillas that Red Ghost will have somehow, and then he'll just say none of those gorillas. But yeah, we'll see. And I'm sure he'll do a great job. And like I said, I think smart on his part because when, like I say, some of the actors they're focused on the older style movies. And some people like me and a lot of us, we know them, we love those movies, but the newer generation isn't too familiar with those movies. So now they see in a superhero movie. That's how they know you. You're gaining a whole bunch of new fans. So why not?
We talked about this last week. I love the older movies. I love the different types of movies, right? The superhero movies are superhero movies, and they're good. Most of them are good for a reason. You know, it's this. We've been waiting for this for decades to be at this point in cinematic history.
Since Batman 88, let me tell you something.
You ain't kidding, dude. Up until
89,
up until Batman, what did we have? We had Superman. We had 4 Superman movies, and we had the low budget Marvel TV shows.
Yeah.
Right. And then in the late 80s, early 90s, we had the low budget Marvel movies and more Batman stuff. And then when X-Men and
Fantastic Four that didn't come out.
Yeah, and when X-Men, Blade, and Spider-Man hit theaters, God, that changed everything.
It did. I love the first Blade.
I do too. I think it's fantastic.
I do, but I gotta say, Blade 2 is my favorite. Still one of my favorite of all the horror, of all the superhero movies, all the action. Blade 2 is one of my faves.
Master Ninja Vampires, I still have a hard time with.
Man, some of those actions are the whole thing.
Don't forget Power Pack. I have not seen Power Pack. I know Dan's got it though.
Dan has all those.
He's got all the bootlegs.
Movies. Yeah, the bootlegs.
Yeah. Joe's right here. Blade knocked the door down 100%.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, I learned something new. I didn't realize Power Pack had a movie.
I think it was a unreleased pilot. If I remember
kind of like
right.
Generation X.
No, well, yeah, Generation X and Nick Fury were made for TV movies. If you haven't seen either of those, do what Bougie did, get burnt and go watch them. You'll have a great time. Nick Fury, David Hasselhoff is Nick Fury. Come on,
He does have to look for Nick Fury though. I will say that.
Hoff chopping trees down.
He's big in Japan.
It's amazing.
Even bigger in Germany.
Joe says it's bad in a good way. I agree. Oh Lord.
All right, guys, but then too, there's a lot of plans. Like I said, Kevin Feige was talking about stuff coming out. Tom Holland's Spider-Man 4 set to come out July 24th of 2026.
Yeah.
Then that's literally supposed to be 2 months after Avengers Doomsday comes out. And then Secret Wars is set to come out May 7th of 2027.
Why? I don't know.
Then the X-Men.
Have they given a release date for the Avengers movies yet?
No, but
I
it
don't
was
think so.
Well,
Yeah.
this art on MSN was saying that Avengers Secret War set to come out May 7th. And they just said Avengers Doomsday.
2026?
Hmm?
Of 2026?
Avengers Doomsday is set to be May 2026.
Mhm.
And then Secret Wars a year later.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense if they both start filming next year. Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like when Infinity War came out, and then 1 year later.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So we
Okay.
shall see. A lot of interesting stuff. And they said then, and Kevin Feige said that after Secret Wars, then the X-Men are going to be in the MCU and have a big part. So
Yeah.
still a long time to wait.
Oh, yeah. But it'll go by quick.
Yeah.
Well, they're introducing adamantium in the Captain America movie.
Yeah.
And I think they're getting it from they're finally getting back to figuring out what the celestial in the ocean. They're finally going to go back to that and say, "Oh, this has been here."
Yeah.
It's
been here this whole time.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Creature Commandos come out in
2020. No, Creature Commandos comes out December next month.
Yeah.
Coming up soon.
December 11th. Yep. 100%.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Should be a fun one.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
You know what else I'm excited about?
I'm
excited about Variant Insanity.
Oh.
Yes.
I love that.
Me too.
Sal, the controls are yours, sir.
Oh, well, thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a variant this week that has we have a book this week that has the most variants. We need you all to guess, and it is not the Turtles. Okay, so
you ready to see a guess?
Right off the list. It's not the Thundercats. We could take that off the list. Hey, Pam.
Good to see you, Pam.
Hello, Pam.
We didn't have a good old superhero movies. I never mentioned all that. Yeah, very true, Pam. Very true.
Richard has already put his guess out.
And Turtles. Take that back. Take that back. It's not Turtles. I'm telling you right now. I'll give you a hint. It did come out this week.
Yeah.
Okay. So it did come out this week. So do we have any guesses?
I already know what it is.
All right, Tim, you're now excluded.
I'm gonna go with the one, the only, the legendary XO Man of War.
Come out this week?
No. God, no.
I thought it did. Archduke Kevin tricked me in Comic Character of the Day page. He posted a cover and he said runner up was this cover. So that was my guess.
Okay.
Oh, but you said it's not. So no, I was joking.
All right. Boo says Batman and Joe says G.I. Joe.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Anything else, Sonny?
No.
Come on. Give me a for real guess. Come on.
Batman.
Okay.
Dan also says G.I. Joe with 25 covers. I'm going to say 40 covers.
I say 28.
For what?
Oh, I already know.
Oh, that's right. You already know. All right. Okay, well,
I agree with
ladies and
Joe's
gentlemen,
comment.
we have 2 people that are correct in the live studio audience today, and that would be Joe and Dan.
Oh,
It
good
is the
job.
G.I. Joe cover. Let's see. Let me pull that up here. Boom. G.I. Joe #1. This is
Oh,
the
yeah.
A cover here. And
Stalker,
You know what?
CoverGirl, Duke. That looks like Breaker, Rock and Roll,
mhm,
Baroness on the Joe team, and I don't know who the gentleman is above Baroness. Is that Alpine? I have no idea who it is.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
Dan would know. Dan, come on, chime in, Dan. Dan has the inside scoop. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, you're good. Yeah, so 40 covers. That's what I think.
Or
Okay.
28.
All right. Dan said 25 covers.
Yeah.
Joe, since you are also right, what do you got for covers? Number of covers. Joe says he picked up the 1 in 25 and the 1 in 50.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
You work it. You work it.
All right.
I will not touch chat.
Okay.
All right.
All
So
right.
Dan said he was just guessing as well. Well, all right. The total number of variants for this one is 49.
Oh, I was close.
Going from 1A to 1AZ.
My lord.
Timo, would you guess 48 or no?
I said 40.
You said
40,
40,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Joe said 32.
I like Joe's comment earlier when he said, Arc of Dacia rules. Completely
Okay.
agree.
Good to have.
Man of War all the way.
There
Yep.
we go.
Yeah, there you go, Joe.
Pam
you go.
or Boosh says 51 and
So-
Pam says 21. Unfortunately,
Well-
you both are wrong.
Yeah, but Joe, Joe said 32, so he's the closest without going over.
Yeah. Well,
You
not
know?
true. I said 40.
Oh, you're true. You said 40, but you're not counted in this because you already knew the cover.
That is also true.
Yep. Let me see. I want to give you some other stats really quick from that CLZ email that I get.
Joshua Williamson's writing it, which is good.
Yeah. So Psylocke #1, Volume 2 has 19 variants.
Mhm.
Power Rangers Prime has 12 variants. Heat Seeker Combustion. This is the Gun Honey series, has 8 variants. The Stitches #1 has 7 variants. And what else we got here? Arcbound Dark Horse Comics #1 with 6 variants.
Oh, wow.
How much did Exo Man of War have?
Oh,
0.
Resurgence Exo Man of War #1, 6 variants.
6.
So that wasn't so far.
I didn't even know Exo Man of War was coming out.
Dan says rock and roll. I think he meant Clutch, CoverGirl, Duke, Stalker, Baroness, and some guy with a shotgun.
Some guy with a shotgun.
Joe says, yo, Joe, when a comic market is in oversaturation and has too many covers, there's a problem in supply and demand, and now you know, and knowing is half the battle.
Yeah, that's true.
Did Nirvana do a
ahead.
store exclusive? Yes, they did, and I'm going to go in on Saturday and pick it up. If you want one, Dan, let me know in Messenger, and I'll get it for you.
And what's the since knowing is half the battle, what's the other half? Violence. Ladies and gentlemen. The other half is bloody violence.
That's
okay.
wonderful.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, there it is, your variant insanity.
Yeah.
Okay. And then now we keep Sal at work.
Uh-oh.
Because we're going on to right or wrong. So Sal will
Oh.
give 5 statements and we'll say right or wrong before
Okay.
discussing them.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, in the chat, if you can respond with #1, right or wrong, #2, right or wrong, as we go along. That way, Tim can tally up the votes and see how we end up.
That's
Question
right.
#1: are you guys ready?
Yes.
Right.
Oh, right. Yes. Sorry,
Okay.
I wasn't paying attention.
That's all right. So we already have 1 tally for right. All right, here we go. Mutated animals make better characters. Right or wrong?
Say the statement again.
Mutated animals make better characters, such as King Shark.
Wrong.
I'm gonna say right.
Would you consider Rocket Raccoon a mutated animal?
Yes.
Enhanced.
Oh,
We'll consider him an enhanced animal.
Yeah.
yeah, he's a good character. Yeah.
All
A
right.
humanoid.
All right.
Bougie says right.
Okay.
Dan says
Is
wrong.
Wrong. Okay. All right. Question number 2. Writers love to throw in innuendos. Right or wrong?
To throw them in?
To throw as they're writing the story.
Oh, right.
Right.
I consider that that was pretty much an easy one.
Pam's breaking the rules and says no.
Well,
No.
well,
Number one.
number 1, no, she's all right.
Behave yourself.
All right. Okay, so question number 3. This is a tough one. I thought about this one, and I'm kind of on the fence on this one. So, should miniseries be eliminated altogether in favor of being more volumes? And I'll use this as an example. We have Venom the Mace, Venom the Hunger, Venom whatever. Should it have been volumes instead of minis?
I'm going to say wrong.
Wrong.
Okay. What's the difference? Well, we're not going to talk about it right now.
Yeah, we got to wait.
We gotta wait. All right, so here's a fun one. Should the Sunday Funnies be considered canon?
I'm going to say wrong.
Wrong.
Okay, all right, very good. And for my last question, number 5, should the MCU not release trailers and only release stills in preparation of a movie?
Wrong.
Okay.
All right. Going back to number 1. Let's see here. So for number 1, Bougie says right.
Yep.
Dan says wrong.
Okay.
Pam says wrong.
Right.
No, she said wrong.
No.
Yeah.
She said no.
No.
I said right. Sonny, what'd you say?
I had said wrong.
Okay.
I remember I said wrong. Wait, the question again was what? Mutated animals?
Mutated animals make better characters.
Right. Wrong.
I said wrong. I mean, there's some great characters, like you said, Rocket Raccoon. I never really cared for King Shark much, but Rocket Raccoon I like. So there are some characters I like.
Yeah.
Oh wait, King Shark. Wait, I would think I was thinking about one. King Shark from DC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the one from Marvel. Was it Tiger Shark or
Tiger Shark?
Yeah.
I was thinking Tiger Shark.
He's not a mutated animal. He's
No.
You know.
Okay, so King Shark. Oh, I did like King Shark and Rocket Raccoon. There's some good ones, but I wouldn't say they're better than the ones like people.
I think that it all depends upon depth of character. If they're just a meat missile, right? Or
Bougie has it right there. Bougie hit
claws
that
and
comment.
teeth. Hang on, give me 1 second. I'll bring it up. If it's just claws and teeth, I disagree. But yeah, Bougie says better is subjective, but the world is full of classic anthropomorphic characters. Absolutely true.
Yeah. That reminds me, I still need to read The Island of Dr. Moreau. I have it, but haven't read it.
You need to watch the
What?
movie.
You
I
have
have
not
actually-
read that book?
To read it, yeah.
I read that book in high school.
I wasn't even alive then, Sal.
I know.
Number 2, what was the statement for number 2, Sal?
Number 2, writers love to throw in innuendos.
Dan says right. Bougie
Yeah.
is right. Joe says yes.
Yep.
I said right. And Sonny, what'd you say?
Right.
Okay.
I mean, you can see it in just the random panels of the day on the comic character of the day page.
Oh,
You can
100%.
see it right there.
Yeah, if
All right.
they can squeeze them in, they're going to squeeze them in as often and as many times as possible.
Pun intended, right there.
Yeah. Even too, when how we were reviewing X-Men, what's Days of Future Past? There was some story not long ago with X-Men, and we used a random panel, and it was in the background. You could tell Wolverine and Colossus are looking at an adult magazine. It said like
yes.
Play, and then it
Mhm.
stops. We know what it is. Us
Yes,
men
indeed.
of culture know what it is.
There you go.
That's right.
All right. Statement number 3.
Should minis be eliminated in favor of volumes?
Bougie says wrong. Dan says wrong. I say wrong. Sonny, what did you say?
Wrong.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
kind of 50-50 on that one. I'm kind of 50-50.
I like the idea of minis because you've got the main volumes that take care of the main progress of the characters.
Right.
And with the minis, I think they serve the purpose of giving us a very contained story, good or bad, very contained story that we can digest in 3 to 5 issues.
I'm very great with you, Tim.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. Cataloging them, however, is a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
Because then you're not looking for, let's say, okay, I know this storyline came out between volumes 3 and 5, and I can just go to that character and go to volumes 3 and 5 and look for the story. But now I've got this long list, like I said with Venom. We got Venom the Mace, Venom the Hunger, Venom this, and it's like, okay, did it happen here? Then I got to go through, look at all the covers, But I'm 50-50. I wouldn't mind if they did, but I'm not asking them to do it.
Yeah. All right, number 4.
Number 4, my fun one. Should the Sunday Funnies be considered canon?
Bougie says wrong. Dan says wrong. I say wrong. Sonny, what'd you say?
I said wrong, but I mean, I could be okay with if they just make it like it's a different universe. But since I would normally just say wrong, that I just don't want it normally with everything. But if they put it with another universe, I'd be fine with it.
Mind you, there was a comic out. It was Spider-Man with the X-Men, I think with Beast, who's an X-Men.
Gary's not here to defend himself.
I know, Gary's not here to defend himself. And you actually had to cut the clippings out of the newspaper to fit into the comic.
Really?
Ooh, yep. And I forget what that was called. I could look it up, but I forget what it was called.
That's interesting. Sonny, I agree with you. As long as it's in a different universe or something like that, I love that. I think it should be non-canon stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair point.
All right, number 5.
All right, number 5. Should the MCU not release trailers in favor of just releasing stills?
Bougie says wrong. Pam says wrong.
Yeah.
Dan says wrong. Joe says wrong 3 times. And let's see.
Question. You don't say yell it out or anything like that.
I say wrong. Sonny, what do you say?
I say wrong.
That's right.
Wrong.
It's the trailers are necessary. Now, Marvel got in trouble for misleading us on trailers, right? Editing specific things out, and they don't necessarily do that anymore. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that if they do that, right? If they mislead you in the trailers, because it's a trailer, it's supposed to get you hyped. And if you can't cut the trailer in such a way that you give too much stuff away, I'm looking at you, Sony. Then just cut
Not
a different
Sony,
right? I just cut the trailer differently. That you can make it in such a way. They've done it for decades before. And make it exciting, make people get excited about the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Put the stills out too.
But I kind of like the stills because it leaves more to your imagination. Like the Avengers movie, you see the Red Hulk hitting the shield of Captain America, where Anthony Mackie's holding the shield like that. It's a pull from the comic book, but still, that tells more than what I could see in a trailer.
One of the greatest magazines that's out right now that has to do with pop culture is a British magazine called Empire. And they do some hefty still shots of comic book movies and things like that are coming out. That's where you can get all that.
No.
So, hey, Craven is coming out next year. Oh, really?
Yeah. You notice we didn't cover Craven.
Yeah, exactly. And going back to the minis, this is what Joe has to say. He says, "Hey, I hate Marvel events that have 14 miniseries." I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
Yeah.
And for the trailers, I get what you're saying, Sal. Maybe like it's too much, but I'm fine with the trailer giving something. You got to get people excited and not. Obviously they want to sell. They want the movie to make big.
Yeah.
I understand that. I understand that.
But not everybody's looking into like the stills. But most people go to the theater watching TV and then suddenly they say, I didn't know that's coming out.
So the day after a trailer drops, like there's like 30 YouTube channels I subscribe to that break down the trailer.
Yeah.
I mean, frame by frame.
Yeah.
don't
I
watch
mean,
those.
and I'm like, okay, this is. a
I
little
watched
bit
it at half speed, so you don't have to.
Yeah, it's like, why? Just just give me a still, give me a couple action sounds, whatever. I'll be just as excited.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But and then Tim, like you were saying, it's the trailer. The trailer gets you excited, and then obviously, like, let's say Spider-Man: No Way Home, where they edit a little bit out. I'm fine if it shows a little less, and then there is more. But I would not want. I would certainly would not want like, hey, that
Spider-Man: No Way Home. We knew that the other Spider-Men were in that movie with the trailer and everything else.
Yeah, we did.
They showed Tom Holland swinging, and then all these other villains going in different directions.
Come
on.
Yeah, come on.
Here's 20 things you missed in the trailer.
Yeah, that's
Hit
exactly
the like,
it,
share,
Joe.
subscribe, and follow.
Yep.
No, seriously, hit the like, share, subscribe, and follow.
Well, for us, yes.
Yes.
Like just
yes,
not for those other places. Jeez, my God.
Yeah, who cares about those other places?
Yeah, exactly. Screw those guys.
This is where you get all the good information. Right.
That's
here.
right. Unbiased, unfiltered.
That's
uneducated.
It's an
I got a GED, Tim.
So do I, Sonny.
I have 4 of them.
Uh-oh. Right here, Wolverine Shadow in the Deadpool trailer spoke volumes. 100%. And that goes right in with what you're saying, Sal.
Yep. That is very true.
Yeah,
very
don't
true.
just stand there, help me up. Oh, nope, never mind. I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my 5. That's my 5 right or wrong.
All right.
Okay. And now we get to working at McDonald's.
Uh-oh.
They'll hire anybody at McDonald's these days.
Uh-oh.
When you see the random panel of the week, boom, Darkseid.
Oh my God.
There's Darkseid. McDonald's hat on. There he is.
You better get my order right.
Yeah.
You better get my order right.
Darkseid made fresh fries just for you.
Granny goodness. Up in the bag.
We boom tube these straight in from the apocalypse.
Granny goodness is the ice cream machine yet available.
Granny goodness cracked that weapon. She said, "You better get a job."
Oh my God!
And there he is working at McDonald's.
Miracle Man making the nuggets. Big Barda running the drive-through.
Jeez.
He deals with the customer. Says, "I want to speak to your manager right now."
Steppenwolf is the janitor.
All the parademons are out there on the floor cleaning
up. God!
Restocking.
Steppenwolf saying, "I will clean this McDonald's for you, Darkseid, to get back in your good favor. Mop those floors, Steppenwolf. I'm tired of your insolence."
I don't know if he's the manager though. I think he's just like the regular. I think he's getting told what to do.
Just some dude.
Yeah.
Does that meal include the Happy Meal toy? Please.
Oh, it better.
I told you, no cheese on my burger.
Granny goodness, fresh made biscuits, made fresh every morning. Oh
biscuits.
My Lord!
I would love some biscuits.
Oh my God! This is wonderful, Sonny. This is the greatest random panel.
That's a great random panel. Yep.
And that one is from Ambush Bug.
Of course it is.
Okay.
I was like, let me find something random. I'm like, you know what? Ambush Bug seems to be silly. And I saw that as soon as I saw it, I'm like, this is going on this week. I don't want to wait. Everybody needs to see Darkseid working at McDonald's.
That's wonderful. Right. One more time for good measure, ladies and gentlemen.
I wonder if he's getting a fair minimum wage pay.
Probably not.
Under.
All right.
Good one, Sonny. Good one.
Yeah, good job.
Glad you all enjoyed. Well, you know what? Things are going pretty crazy. Darkseid working at McDonald's, but there's somebody coming out of your TV screens. And that brings us to the F list.
The F list.
The F list.
Today on the F list, the person joining it is Televillain.
Look at this guy.
There he is, television. Look at it, like an antenna head. He's got a gun in one hand. He's got a remote control.
Universal remote.
Yeah, you're right. Universal. Yep.
All right. So he could be defeated by bad batteries, right? Just throwing it out there right now.
There he is, and even too, when you look around that time, I also pulled the plug on the televillain, literally just as he was about to escape into your Aunt Judy's TV set.
Wah, wah, wah.
Wow. That's embarrassing. That's
Okay.
embarrassing.
I need to read this one. Who wants to read as televillain?
Go ahead, Tim. You do it. You do
You read televillain. I'll read as Monica from Friends.
Oh my God. Go ahead.
The
I'll be the
audience.
sound effect, ready?
Yeah.
Oh, hi. Rach, I think Chandler's had an accident with his TV set.
Ha 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 ha. Shut up, bitch. I'm here to deliver a message to the networks. Basically, I get $1 million or I kill your ratings. Ha ha ha. Oh my God.
Wow.
And yes, that is Monica and Rachel from the show Friends.
That is terrible, Sonny.
I hope they're getting some royalties from that.
And there he is, and he looks at the screen and says, you know, unless I'm very much mistaken, this rather looks like a television.
Oh my God.
Is that like an old school DVD player?
Yeah. The handheld ones.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Wow.
This is
Back to that, yeah.
glorious. All right. Do you want me to do this, Sal, or do
Yeah,
you
you
want
do this one. I would not be able to think of something good for this guy.
Okay, so just from looking at some of these stills, we're going to take a look at chat real quick. Let's see here. Bougie says, I say F list already. Don't need to know his story. All right.
I'm with you, Booze.
Horace Pinker under that mask for anyone that remembers the movie Shocker. Oh, dude, 100%.
Yep, I remember that.
Okay, so let's see here. Timothy Vander Van Housen, that is his name, was a cable TV repairman. His favorite movie was Network, followed closely by The Cable Guy. He living in the Image universe because, and how I know this is because Sentry's right down there, and Supreme is right there. Living in the Image universe, he was not short for work because televisions were constantly being destroyed and all of that good stuff. He should still be around someplace. In fact, there he is. Shall I convert him to photoplasm? No, we mustn't burden the prism world with more nuisances than it can handle. Leave him be. Uh-oh. And now a word from our sponsor. Right? See? Yeah, he got electroshocked one time when Supreme destroyed apartment housing complex, and Sentry came in to do cleanup. But that version of Thor disagreed and said, ho, ho, ho. But anyways, yeah, Timothy Van Housen received an electric shock while repairing a television that was destroyed by Supreme in an apartment housing complex, and it turned him into televillain. And henceforth, from that day forward, don't change that channel, don't turn that dial, because he is coming down the aisle. There you go.
Don't touch that dial.
That's right.
I don't know. I don't know. Who's his nemesis?
Pam says, wow, I'm now convinced I could have written comics as a 12-year-old. 100%. His nemesis is none other than AAA.
AAA?
Yeah, batteries.
Oh.
They're a team. AAA, AA, C, D, and car.
Mm.
All right, guys, I'll tell you a little bit about Reuben Tube.
Reuben Tube, of course.
That's his name, Reuben Tube. He was created by Alan Moore.
Yep.
And his first appearance was Supreme, The New Adventures, number 43.
Yep.
And you may wonder, you said, who's some of his enemies? He has fought Supreme. He's also fought Youngblood. That picture right there, Tim, the one before that one.
This one here.
Right there. That was when he was on Youngblood. The only thing missing is that it said Youngblood above, but his feet were not shown on that cover.
Of course not. In homage to Rob Liefeld. And down there is Sentry from Youngblood.
Yeah, right next to Slaver Ant. That was her name. Yeah. Even too, you see when he's like, oh, hi, Slaver Ant. It was easy. You remember that kid with all the arms who visited a while back?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, Bougie says, yeah, sworn enemy is the remote control.
The remote control. That was his least favorite television show, by the way.
But now,
If anybody remembers.
Ruben too, he was a repairman.
I was right. I was
Yep.
right.
And he invented a television remote that allowed him to travel through TV. The power seemingly drove him mad, and he became a villain and called himself Televillain. And this brought the attention of Supreme, and they became arch enemies.
He is right there.
Yep. And he was eventually defeated and sent to the Hell of Mirrors with some of the other villains. But as we saw, how he picked up that thing, and he's like, it looks like a TV. That's how he escaped through it. And that's when it was in the 90s. And after that, when he went to, that was because Billy Friday left his remote behind, or his portable communication device. And that's how Televillain got it. And then he decided to enter into multiple TV shows like Friends. And after that panel we saw where he's talking, where he shoves Monica out of the way, he actually shoots Rachel in the face.
My God.
He kills Rachel and Monica.
Oh,
And
my
then,
Lord.
As you may know, Friends has a lot of fans, and they beat down Televillain.
Oh, my God.
And he was defeated. But that was not all. He still had a little bit left, because in 2008, Youngblood was set to do a reality TV show. So he was a villain on that reality TV show for Youngblood, eventually defeated right there. The reason he's got a gun in one hand, the remote control in the other. He was eventually defeated by Youngblood, and he has not been back. So it's been more than a decade since Televillain has
Bring
been
that one back up. Bring that back up.
This one right here?
Yeah, this one right here. I've got questions.
Okay.
I don't understand the torso part.
I'll
explain it.
What?
All you need to know. It was in
Okay.
Youngblood.
It was in Youngblood. I think that's just his suit coming up, or his rib cage that was just drawn poorly.
Well, at least he doesn't have like a huge. At least he doesn't have breasts,
Yeah, because see right there, he's good.
Yeah.
Also good there. Let's not forget.
Well,
there.
I was gonna say I wouldn't say
And
good.
then this
But
one.
we'll say. Okay. I think I've seen enough of Televillain.
More was on them Swamp Thing too. 100%. Yeah.
All right, guys. Televillain. Do you think he belongs in the F list? Do you think he ever has a chance to get out?
No. Yes and no.
If there was a list lower,
list?
if there was a list lower than the F list, he wouldn't even be able to make that. So,
I agree 100%. I think he goes right on the list with that one tick villain that Dan brought on.
Oh yeah,
last week or the week before, whatever it was.
Tuna La, whatever.
Yes. Oh,
Tuna La,
Lord.
not of this world.
That is correct. Yeah, down there in those depths. Yeah.
Yeah. So. Televillain, I must say Televillain was pretty fun to look into. As soon as I saw Televillain, I'm like, yes, this is a F-lister. I'm waiting, putting it wait.
In the MCU.
Yeah, Richard says the next big bad in the MCU. Maybe.
He's
jumping through maybe Televillain can make a return. He won't be jumping through televisions, but he'll be jumping through everybody's phones.
Right.
So that's maybe how we can make a return. He is more of a fun character, right? I think, Alan Moore in doing Supreme, it was more, as you can see, kind of funny, kind of making fun of the characters. I think that's the best place for Televillain to be. I do admit that I'm curious to read some of the comic books. I'm like, okay, he's made a few appearances. I gotta check some out because I think he's pretty fun, but
now,
he's definitely an F-lister.
Those Alan Moore Supreme issues are pricey.
I looked.
Yeah, they
Today
are.
I looked.
Super low print run and incredibly expensive.
Yeah. And not easy to find online, even digital copies too.
That's right. Yeah.
So it's hard to get a hold of Televillain. Yeah. Maybe he needs to make a return, but I say he stays in the. For now, he stays in the F list.
Oh yeah.
Jumping through TVs.
Yep, I agree.
What is it? The TVs run sweeps. They thought they run sweeps into TV reruns area. What is that called? I think it's called the sweeps.
Oh, Sal, those are old 80s terms there, buddy.
I know they are.
They don't do the
That's
sweeps
how he makes his
anymore.
return. That's how he makes his return.
I was just saying, I don't know. I was thinking to hey, Thanksgiving is coming up, and a lot of people buy TVs for their loved ones. So there we go. But like I said, phones wise, somebody get on that. Bring back Televillain.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. But he's in the F list.
100%.
Ruben Tube. Televillain is on the F list.
Yeah, he stinks. Bougie says, I read some of the Supreme books, not many, and they weren't bad, but don't remember this guy. Bougie, he comes later in the series, like after Liefeld and everybody else had left. Alan Moore took over for the writing and revitalized the character. I, unfortunately, have read the first 25 issues of Supreme. And though they are not utterly terrible, they're not great either. Yeah.
But you haven't read the Televillain ones. Maybe they
No, I have not. I can't afford them.
You don't want to see him on Friends. You don't want to hold that in your hands.
Shut up, bitch. God,
Still, you don't want to get that issue slabbed.
No.
This was when Televillain appeared on Friends.
Lord.
No. The answer is still no.
Golly.
Well, there we go. Televillain on the F list. Okay. And now it brings us to our review of the day. Drive Like Hell.
Drive Like Hell.
Yes.
Drive Like Hell.
And there we go. There's
All right.
the covers right there.
Yep.
Tim will start us off with the credits before Sal gives us a review.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, Drive Like Hell, issues 1 through 4. Sal, if you'll cycle through those covers for me while I go over this.
Absolutely.
Published by Dark Horse Comics in 2023 and 1 month in 2024. Written by Rich Dowick. Artwork, which includes inks and covers by Alex Cormack and letters by Hassan Otsmane El How.
Okay.
All right.
Very good.
Sal, I will let you take it away.
All right. I'll start off with saying there are no variant covers to this series. It's pretty much one type of deal. And all right. So it looked interesting. I'm a sucker for the supernatural demon type of thing and fast cars like the Black Trans Am. And so I picked it up, and I first read it. I was like, oh, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to read this. And then, of course, I picked up the other ones just because I had to see what happened.
I remember you mentioning this during Comics Unleashed, showing the book every month when you got it.
And it wasn't horrible. It wasn't.
It's not a good sign.
It's not
a good sign.
But it wasn't horrible. I still feel like I enjoyed the story. Okay, where I enjoyed the pace of it, and I enjoyed the things. Stuff of it. The characters are very forgettable. And okay, so basically, this demon is trying to steal Gabriel's trumpet, the one that ends the world, and in this series, this guy steals the car that Gabriel uses to store his trumpet where he goes, because Gabriel comes down to Earth and he plays gigs with his other trumpet because he loves music and he loves jamming with some humans, as he calls it, type of thing. And he steals this particular car. Now, they kind of jump around a little bit, but in this thing, what happens is they throw you in right away. And his girlfriend's been shot in the head, and he's driving to get away from some cops. You figure out down the road a little bit, or down the road, that's kind of like a pun, that they were robbing a bank, okay? The person that was that shot the girlfriend was an actual demon. She repossesses her body, okay? Yep, she repossesses her body. It talks to him the whole thing. The car has a demon possesses it, so that he talks to the car a bit as well, and I don't know. So they're driving to get away from demons. So they have demons chasing them. They have satanic cultists chasing them. They've got a corrupt holy roller preacher chasing them, and of course they have Gabriel, the archangel, chasing them as well. And at the end of the story, I don't know if I want to spoil it for you guys, or should I spoil it, or should I not spoil it?
Go
Spoil it.
ahead.
So at the end of the story, the
Get
demon,
those little fingers
the
up.
head demon, and Gabriel start to duke it out because they're fighting for the trumpet. They jump in the car.
Malkavius or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
Malviricus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Malvaricus, that's right.
Malvaricus, and they jump in the car, and he pretty much gives the finger to both of them and says, "See ya," that
Yeah.
type of thing, and drives off. Now, mind you, that's it's a little much, but the artwork wasn't. But I did like the artwork. The pacing of the story was not bad. I didn't like the jumping around a little bit because it was kind of like they threw you into some action sequences, and then they tried to back it up a little bit, try to get you to fill in the story. I would prefer it a little differently, but overall, it wasn't a horrible story. I did enjoy it. I reread it again this morning, and it really only took me like 20 minutes just to zip through it, type of thing.
Didn't
It
take
wasn't.
long.
It wasn't overly wordy. Those how some issues get when they're overly wordy. This was not it either, and you get a little bit of history on the type of demons out there that are communicating with each other. You never saw the big head honcho devil Mephisto, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
You never saw
The big D.
the big D, as they call him. You never saw God because Gabriel was trying to keep it a secret that he was that he had lost the trumpet for right now until he recovered it. So it was like middle management, evil and good type situation, trying to duke it out to get back to this trumpet and to get this trumpet back. And I don't know. Like I said, I did enjoy the story. If you could pick up the trade, or maybe these issues are going to be in a dollar bin for sure. So
Yeah.
it wasn't bad. If you liked the supernatural stuff, pick it up. If it's only going to cost you $4, do it. It wasn't too bad. And for my rating, I don't know. I think I would probably give it. I'll give it a 8.5.
8.5.
I'll give it 8.5.
Okay. All right.
Just because of the car. I like the car. The car. So
She's
they
a
give you a
good
little
car.
bit more
Trans-Am.
The Trans Am.
Good
I'm sorry
car.
for the black Trans Am. Come on.
Yeah.
If you're old enough to remember, you know why you like the black Trans Am. Okay.
Yeah.
You find out that the car gets possessed by a demon. So when there was a demon uprising, they all, of course, they got slaughtered or whatever, what have you. They got subjugated, and the pecking order of demons came about. Okay, so this demon that possesses the car, when he was, I guess, captured or reassigned his duty, he was reassigned the duty of a horse that he possessed, and he had to go around with the person collecting souls, the demon collecting souls at crossroads. So he was always going everywhere, wherever that demon wanted him to go. So it's not like he really had a choice. That was his lot. He had to do that. But he possessed the car, and the guy really started talking to him, said you could make your own choices, blah, blah, blah. And he really kind of forms a bond with the driver and realizes that he can do more than just, I'm not just a transporting vehicle type situation,
Yeah.
So I did like that. So. All right, so 8.5. Tim, you want to go next?
I take it.
Yeah. So okay. So the title of the series is very apparent in the pacing of the storyline. Drive like hell. The story runs fast. It moves fast. It is fast. Bougie says I'm actually going to check it out. I don't mind some absurdity. This is it, man.
Yeah.
So the. Like Sal says, we are thrown right in the middle of this, right? And there are a lot of unanswered questions as the 4 issues go through that they either don't answer because like the ending, when he escapes in the car with his dead girlfriend, and he flips off Gabriel and the demon, sounds really Stephen King, kind of. Like I got a little bit of that vibe when I was reading it. But like they leave it open-ended that there could be a sequel to this,
right,
which would be cool. I would read it. But the whole vibe of this is like you are barely buckled in and going 100 miles an hour, and it does not stop. Like you have to just read fast and move fast and try and pick it up as it goes along. Now that if you're looking for something super in depth, this is not it.
Right.
at all.
No.
The story is very basic. It is very flat. And the book doesn't try to do any more than that. It plays into the fact of suspension of disbelief. It plays into the things it's using as basis for inspiration, like Christine and
Yep.
Maximum Overdrive,
Yep.
heavy Stephen King stuff, Killdozer, those kind of
Love
things,
me
those
some
kind of
Killdozer.
movies. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Eh,
And it's really, really good. The Trans Am, I love the fact that they used a Trans Am and not a Camaro for this, this Smokey and the Bandit type thing, which you get that vibe in here too,
you do.
but a very gory and demented and twisted version of it.
Mhm.
The writing is there. There's not a whole lot there.
Right.
There's more unanswered questions than there are answered questions, but the questions they do answer keep the story moving along just enough to where you're like, okay, I know enough that we can keep going, and hopefully they answer this. If they don't, it's all right. So for me, the writing gets a 7. It's a lot of fun, Sal. I
Eh,
loved reading this. I had a great time reading it.
Right. It's a
Uh,
fun read.
yeah, Bougie, this this miniseries made me think of you, especially with like you and I have a similar taste in music. I think your taste is a little heavier than mine. But while I was reading this, like all I could think of was like heavy metal and AC/DC and Metallica and Pantera
Yeah.
and Testament and Obituary and things like that while the whole thing's going on. Bougie will know what I'm talking about. But it was
And
great.
Bougie
And if,
said gore never ruined anything.
absolutely. But if you keep that in mind, right? Like this is just a whole shitload of fun, and it's not intended to be taken in any way, shape, or form seriously. And you can get into that kind of vibe of you're just in for the ride, and you're a backseat passenger on this
Right.
one, and things that don't make sense are not supposed to make sense. And if you can't suspend disbelief, then this isn't going to work. But the artwork, the visuals help incredibly. Testament, Pam, absolutely, you know what I'm talking about. But the artwork helps incredibly with this. It's got that, like, usually I don't like this scattered, sketchy type artwork, but it fits really well here.
Right.
And with the demon aspect, when they're doing that, you get a lot of that, right?
Yeah.
And when the car's moving fast, you get a lot of that too. And when the artist, what's his name, Alex Cormack, when he moves over to the heaven side of things, it's not that so much. It's more structured,
Yeah.
intended to look more beautiful. You see the cherub angels and things like that. It works. It really, really works. Bougie says, hell yeah, I dig it, Tim. You must have excellent taste. Name some wicked good bands. Dude, I was listening to all that stuff when I was a teenager. Absolutely. But so the artwork gets a very well-deserved 8 out of 10 for me. As an independent book, this does its job, right? This is incredibly independent, and it has that type of feel. It's fast-paced. It's a lot of fun. Don't take it too seriously, because it most certainly does not. And enjoy the Trans Am. That's what I got to say. So overall, this gets a very fun 7.5 out of 10 from me.
Okay. Very
Okay,
good.
so
Yeah.
8.5 for Sal,
Yeah.
7.5 for Tim. Now, for me, this was an interesting one to read, and I was interested to do this review. So, like we said, it is more of a fun story, right? It isn't deep. You know, it's a fast-paced story, and yes, you get through it fast. It's one thing I like, is that you're getting
Yeah.
through it. There's a lot of action. The humor may not be for everyone, but I
Yeah.
got it. It reminded me kind of like from Dusk Till Dawn, kind of humor.
Yes.
I know there was
Yes.
vampires, but like this is like demons, but there's humor to it, right? They're not
Yeah.
like supposed to be scary. More like you can kind of laugh through it. But then there were parts of the writing that I felt weren't so original. Like you said, oh, it reminds me of this. That reminds me of that. That
Mhm.
reminds me of this. And like we said, the characters. Bobby Ray is the main character. His girlfriend is
Oh, yeah.
Dahlia. But
Yeah.
as you said, they're not too memorable. They're going through the story, but there
Yeah.
not much special. Like, oh man, I really like this about so and so. I like this about so and so. the Reverend I thought was an interesting character because he's
He was
bad,
great.
and he is, those reverends, and I will help you
I'd be more than
for a
happy.
price.
That's
And
right. Yeah.
and they even
For
said, wait,
price,
him
of course.
isn't he connected to down below? Like I
Yeah.
like that it pointed out that people like that they do
Yeah.
tend to
Why-
do more damage than good.
Malkavius or whatever his name is, he's like, why aren't you going in there? We can't. He's protected. What do you mean he's protected? He's protected.
Yeah. From
Yeah.
above or down below?
Yeah.
So yeah, even to like he prays, but yeah, so there were things like that that were fine. I said I like that, but then it kind of can be fun. Don't always have to take yourself too seriously. Yeah. So
That's true,
sometimes
Boosh.
definitely a story not to take too serious. It's a fun ride. You're going through things, but then one thing I don't like, a huge pet peeve for me, is when they start to bring in religious characters. So they start to mention Gabriel, the Archangel Gabriel. Who one thing I try not to get religious on the show, but normally Archangel Gabriel is, there's the Christian belief, there's the Jewish belief, there's the Islam belief, but most ways say that Archangel Gabriel is the messenger. Like I said, if you're Christian, you believe that he gave Mother Mary the message that you will give birth to Jesus. So this is more on he's bringing the end of the world, like the movie Prophecy. Christopher Walken played the Archangel Gabriel more of like bringing toward the end of the world. So then with the bringing in stuff like that, it starts to make me kind of, and with the story not being that strong, right? You're driving through. I start thinking about other things as I'm going through the story. Well, why did they pick that? Is this really, like how was this copying that movie, or is it just happens to have a belief?
They leaned very heavily into their influences in this book.
Yes.
Yeah. So I found myself wondering, is it copying, or is it more of paying homage? But then at the same time, I'm thinking about the other stuff as opposed to being on this joyride, this ride like hell. No, I know the story. It's drive like hell. So there were parts where it didn't really like, oh man, I got to stay so connected to the characters, and a lot was unsaid. Like the ending kind of came fast for me. I was like, oh wait, it suddenly is over. But I think it does leave you open to if there is more comics. Yeah. I think if there is someone who doesn't care much about Prophecy sounds like a good comparison. If there's someone like, if you don't really get, like I say, you're not like me and you don't care much about like, wait, how are they talking about Archangel Gabriel? You probably enjoy it a lot more than I enjoy it, because that doesn't mean a lot to many people. But for me, like I said, the story, like I said, I found myself thinking about other things. But why is this? What does this mean? When you're questioning about the certain characters, a lot of things unsaid, unanswered. Yeah. And that kind of took me out of the story a bit. But it was entertaining. It's a quick ride. Like I said, you get through the issues pretty fast. It's only 4. Like I said, not too wordy, which I like. But to me, a bit better than okay. I would not like, oh, you need to read it. Maybe more other people may enjoy it more than me. But for me, it's a 6.3 out of 10. Ooh. Drive like hell.
Okay.
A little bit better than okay, but I wouldn't be like, oh, I really can't wait for the next one. If there is, then there is. Maybe check it out. I'll see about it. Yeah, but
this is one of a handful of times where we're right in the mid-range, right?
Yeah.
Sonny's on the low end of the mid-range. Sal, you're on the high end of the mid-range, and I'm right in the center.
That's right.
That's right. So, Drive Like Hell. What do you all think of Drive Like Hell? I had a 6.3, and Tim was up to a 7.5, and Sal was up to an 8.5 for Drive Like Hell.
So some of the scenes in it I thought were kind of funny, but kind of like, okay, why did that happen as opposed to something else? So and one of the scenes, our main lead character, Billy Ray, was it Billy Ray?
Bobby Ray.
See, it's a pretty goodable character. He clunks Gabriel with a iron pipe, knocking him out.
Tire iron.
Yep. And they tried to do the same thing to the head demon, and nothing happens. The demon's just like,
no, they shot him.
They shot him.
She shot him. Dahlia shot her.
He
tried to hit him though.
First, he did hit Malvericus. And Malvericus said, I'm a bit more tougher where I'm from. I have to be rough. And then he gets shot.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it was a bit of both. Yeah.
But neither one did anything. Yeah. There's a lot of plot armor going on in this book.
There is. There is.
Put that out there.
There is.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What else did I like about it? What else did I really
The
thought was
fire
kind of
wheels
funny?
I liked. I did like the car.
Yeah, the car. Yeah, the
The
car
car
was
is probably
good.
my favorite character.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep, I agree.
100%. The car is the star of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. The car is amazing. I love the car. All
Yeah.
right.
Okay. I can't think of the other
Yeah.
part that I was thinking of, but that one was with the tire iron on Gabriel was pretty funny.
Yeah. Sunny 6.3, me 7.5, Sal 8.5, right
Yep.
down the
Yep.
line.
Yep.
For a drive like hell.
Yeah.
And next week, Tim, we'd like to tell everybody what you've chosen for us. About
Yeah.
a certain surgeon.
I don't have them right in front of me, but Gary's gonna be on the show next week. We are gonna review one of my favorite Daredevil 2-issue storylines from the 90s, Daredevil 305 and 306, the first and only appearance of the Surgeon General, and Spider-Man guest stars in the 2-issue storyline too. It's gonna be
Smoking is
fun.
bad for you, ladies and gentlemen.
It's gonna be great.
All I will say is in the very beginning, I was like, oh, Bobby Drake, and his dad, Black Widow. And I quickly found out it was not Bobby Drake and it was not Black Widow. So halfway through the story, I shall finish it either today or tomorrow. But like I said, next week we will review Daredevil 305 and
Yeah, I
306.
can't wait. Can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. Sal, you need to read it just to read it.
Yeah, I will. I
Yeah.
will.
Yes, a quick 2 issues. So everybody, thank you for joining us on another episode of the Code X podcast. Be careful that televillain doesn't jump out of your screens. Be careful make sure to be polite to your McDonald's workers because you never know. It may be Darkseid on the other side.
There you go.
And he can mess you up.
That's right.
But everybody, I will say thank you for joining us. I'll let these guys tell you a bit of what we have and what we'd like to give you all before we go.
Oh, well, before we do that, Sal, you do stuff outside of Codex. What would that be?
I do. I have my own YouTube channel.
Yeah.
We have one. Yes. So check me out on Sal's Comic Corner on YouTube. The Slab Guy 77 on Instagram. I do unboxings. I do slab cracking. I do some other stuff as well. Go check it out. It's good stuff. Good entertaining stuff.
There you
Got
go.
one coming up soon, right?
Yes,
Oh,
I
yeah.
do. I just finished editing it. I do a final check before I schedule it, so I think I will schedule it for Friday night.
There you go. Now you guys got something to look forward to on a Friday.
That's right.
Speaking of things to look forward to, Sal, we do have something. We want to give it to people. What would that be?
Yes, as Gary would say, we are just positively dripping with the socials, and we want nothing better than to give them to you.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, at the Codex Station, your favorite social media platform, and where we're live streaming right now, please make sure to hit the like, share, subscribe, and follow so you don't miss content like this all the time, every time. And when we put up the upcomings on YouTube, hit that notification bell so that way you can be right in here as soon as your favorite Codex program starts. We've got the podcast on Wednesdays, we've got Comic Character of the Week on Thursdays, and we've got Comics Unleashed on Saturday nights. Ladies and gentlemen, you in the chat, you guys already know it is a hell of a time. And for those of you watching that have not hit the subscribe button, go ahead and do that. You guys will have a great time. Pam says good night. Good night, Pam.
Good night, Pam. Thanks for joining.
Tomorrow night. Bougie says, dang good show, guys. Stay golden.
Thanks,
And
Bougie.
Keith says happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, Mr. Keith. Thanks for
Happy
joining.
Wednesday to
Always
you
a happy
too.
Wednesday when I get to do this.
That's
Yes.
right. And ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, if you want to be too cool for school, head over to thecodexstation.com for all your Codex needs. Get some merch, meet the team, and so much more. Once again, thecodexstation.com, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I think it must be said, we appreciate you,
I broke
ladies
my
and
headphones.
gentlemen. Uh-oh.
God, it's an action figure.
Sunny,
Action figure.
stay deviant. We
Okay.
love you guys, ladies and gentlemen. The whole reason why we do this 3 times a week is specifically for you. All of you guys in the chat, the ones that are here every single live episode that we do, we cannot thank you enough. We
Indeed.
love you guys. We talk about you guys often, especially in the cool down room and warm up before we go live. We look forward to seeing each and every one of you. I can't even name y'all, but you guys know who you are. I mean, yeah, we talk about you guys all the time. We love you.
Yeah, all
And-
good stuff.
Yeah, 100%, except for Dan. He's not in the chat
Damn.
right now, so we're going to talk bad about him. But
Yes.
anyways,
Oh my
ladies
gosh,
and
did you see
gentlemen.
what he was wearing the other day? Oh,
God.
But yes, for those of you that don't engage in the chat very much but are still there, we see you too, and we would love to hear from you in the chat. So don't be afraid to type in there and say hi and be a part of the conversation. These guys all do it, and you guys will have a great time too. So
Indeed.
once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tim the Terrible. This beautiful man is Sal the Slab Guy in the Slabatorium. Down below is the PDF Trophy Award winner himself, Sonny Kruger, son of the writer. Bougie is feeling the mutuals, ladies and gentlemen, and we are too. This is the Codex Podcast right here on the Codex Station. Drive like hell, but at the speed limit, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Remember, wear your seatbelts.
slow and steady wins the race.
Road helmet is encouraged, and
Road helmets? Yes, indeed.
that's right.
Ow.
Do a civil service, ladies and gentlemen. Give some
Mm.
roadhead. Well, anyways, we love you. Good night.